All right, so today here I have with me Hagerty High School girls lacrosse team. My name is Sarah Hagen. I'm the Orlando market manager for Chipotle's Real Food for Real Athletes program. And obviously, you girls are spring sport, and your season came to an end because of COVID-19. On behalf of Chipotle, we kind of wanted to recognize your seniors and use this as a time to kind of showcase what you seniors have accomplished. So we've got 3 seniors, I believe. We've got Chloe. Chloe, say hi.
Hi.
All right, and we've got Erin.
Hi.
There's Erin and Rachel.
Hi.
All right. So, I mean, to kind of get into what your program and what you girls, the impact that you've had on it, I kind of wanted to introduce Coach Mitch first.
Hi.
Coach, you've been coaching at Hagerty High School for a while now, I assume. Kind of take us through how many years you've been there and kind of what this group means to you.
Well, I've been at Hagerty. This would be the 6th year. One of those years was an assistant. The other 5 have been as head coach. And this really to talk about what this team means is really difficult. And I say that in a good way because by far, in all of my 15 plus years, there's never been a team that is a team, a true team that likes each other, that lifts each other up, that understands roles, that encourages and pushes and competes and does all the things that you want a team to do. And all of that drama free, which is allows a team to excel faster in my eyes.
Right, and with high school girls, that's a blessing.
It is a blessing.
So obviously before your season came to an end, when COVID-19 kind of interrupted it all, you girls were 7-2. Kind of touch base on the start of the season and how things were looking for you guys.
Well, we started the season trying to replace 9 starters from last year, a back-to-back Final Four team. So that was, a large task, but that's where the program is. There are people ready to take the next step. They did that. We had a tougher schedule this year than we've had the previous 5. And we were really at a point to where I think we were ready to get it into playoff / that gear that gets you going toward your ultimate goals. We did have some big wins. We started off with a high quality program, first game of the year out of Georgia, and beat them pretty handily. We also beat IMG, which is IMG. I mean, they're all stars from across the country. That was a great win. We had some growing pains early because the schedule was so tough. There's no room for error. So some young people, some people that hadn't maybe had the experience that at this level had to grow up quick, and they did. And we were really poised, I believe, to do something very special.
Yeah, so you kind of mentioned that you guys have made it to the Final Four in the state tournament the last 2 years. I know you said you lost a lot of players coming into this year, but what was this season? Do you feel like you guys were able to kind of get back to that point and have some success at the state tournament?
Well, our path to the Final Four is probably the most difficult of the 4 regions. So, there are a couple of people in our path that we played during the regular season. And, we had competed against the 2 people that would kind of be in our path. And we competed very well one time and maybe not so well the next time. But that's still part of the learning. And I truly believe that it would have been difficult. It wouldn't have been easy, but we definitely were headed in a direction ready to make a run and to probably get what we wanted out of the season.
So yeah, senior year is tough just because you know that this chapter in your life is coming to an end and you're going to be going off. You may never, play lacrosse again, or you may never put on that Hagerty jersey again. But when it ends the way it did end for you girls, obviously is very tough. Let's start with Rachel. Kind of just talk about kind of how you were feeling when all of a sudden you knew that you weren't going to be able to play again.
It was pretty sad because I know, like, when we played our last game, we didn't know it. We were still supposed to be playing a game, like, the next day. So we kind of all had, like, especially me, we had that mindset, like, oh, there's going to be another game, like, another opportunity. And then all of a sudden, like, the day of, they were like, no, that's it. And then as the weeks kept going on, it was starting to be pretty obvious that was my last game. So that was pretty sad because I don't know if I'm going to play in college. So it all ended up being, like, pretty disappointing, but I'm glad that I had the season. It was a great team to be with.
Yeah, Aaron, would you like to add on to that?
Yeah. I know just like senior year in general, like I wish I could have known like it was my last everything because, if I had known ahead of time, there would have been different, maybe things I would have done differently. And I remember that last game talking to Chloe in the bathroom afterwards because we were talking about how serious the virus might get and how this could be our last game. And I didn't realize it until it was over. And like Rachel said, the weeks just kept going and going. And I mean, finding out that like season was officially canceled kind of puts a damper on your spirit. But I mean, I know I'm still friends with everybody. So that's
Right.
nice.
And at the end of the day, when you are going through these tough times, you're lucky that you girls are a part of a team, and all the underclassmen are there for you. You're not the only senior going through it, right? You have seniors all throughout the country who are going through this same kind of experience. Chloe, what did it mean to you to know that was your last game in the high school jersey?
Audio, Chloe.
Oh, Chloe.
We can't hear you.
Yeah, unmute yourself. Are you good now?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Okay. I don't know why it wasn't working before. Okay. It was really surprising that it ended early. I would have thought that maybe an injury would stop me from playing the rest of my year, not a worldwide pandemic. So, I mean, it was kind of took me by surprise. Overall, it just sucked. I mean, there's a lot deeper into it, but really it's just kind of everything being ripped away from us. It just, it really sucked. And I really wanted to play the rest of the season, but having this team and having each other, we got through it together. And I know I probably wouldn't have been able to do it without them.
Yeah, obviously this is tough. I look back and think about, I've played at the collegiate level, I've played professionally for soccer, that is not lacrosse. And high school was a fun time. It brings all the joy in the game. So on that note, I want each of the seniors to kind of share their favorite memory. It could be from the beginning of this season. It could be, as a sophomore or junior. Let's start with Rachel again. Kind of just share your favorite Hagerty Lacrosse memory.
I think mine was my first year. We all went down to play St. Thomas Aquinas, and we stayed in like a hotel the night before. And I really liked that because I got to bond with a lot of my teammates that I hadn't gotten a chance to talk to yet, and we just had a lot of fun. And then the next day we played St. Thomas Aquinas, and we got crushed. I think the score was like 0-12 or something. It was really bad. So it was like a great opportunity overall, like to actually play and be humbled like that, and then to like build a real team, a real family with my teammates. It was like a lot of fun.
Right. I think when you do some of those trips, you really get to know your teammates quite well. And those kind of stick out in my memory too. Aaron?
Mine is also a trip just because I agree that like getting lodged in a room with your teammates is like a really good way to get to know everyone. I think my favorite would have to be last year at the Final Four. We put everyone into our room. We had Sophia and Julia, Chloe, Ashley. We had a bunch of people, and we were playing a bunch of different card games and just laughing. Even though we had, like this was after we had lost the game. So even after like such a tough loss and like realizing that like that was the seniors' last game and we still had everybody and we had fun, I thought that was the best.
Awesome. Chloe?
Trips with our team is definitely some of the best memories I have. I also used to come early for games. When I was a freshman, I always like to get there so early because I want to like mentally prepare. And honestly, I think I did it every year. That I came like an hour earlier than I needed to be. And I used to play a game with my friend, and we would just basically chuck the ball at each other, and we'd have to catch it. And it was just a lot of fun to play our game before we got on the field because it helped us get better and warm up. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. So I missed that.
Yeah. Obviously, this isn't the end of the world. Hopefully not. Hopefully you girls are going to go off and do amazing things, whether it is with lacrosse, whether it's not. Kind of just share what next year looks for you girls. If you're going to college, if you're going to start working, if you are going to play in college. I'd like to know more. Rachel?
So I plan on going to FSU. If I actually get to stay on campus, not have to take it virtually, I might play lacrosse. I'm not sure because I think they just have a club team. So it'd be something like kind of more low key, but I still think it'd be really fun to continue playing the sport. I'm going to major in psychology and criminology as well. So
Awesome.
I plan.
Erin?
I will be going to the University of Central Florida. I will be studying nursing, and I hope to become a nurse practitioner. I do intend to play club lacrosse, and if not, I'm going to find some way to play lacrosse because I don't know what I'll do without it, and yeah.
Awesome. Well, you'll be still fairly close to your high school, so I'm sure you could always come back next year and visit with the girls as well and play.
Yeah.
And Chloe, what are your plans for next year?
Going to Palm Beach Atlantic University. I'm committed to play Division II lacrosse. I'm really excited because their team is also a big family, and I'm excited to go play again.
And Coach Mitch, obviously you've had these girls, these three seniors specifically, in your program for a while. What do these three seniors mean to you? Do you feel like they left a good mark on your program?
Well, each one I think does a few things similar. Each one brings different things to the table. Number one, they're all very, very intelligent. They are high character, high quality, do things the right way. Just the example that the program has been built around these three probably more than any seniors. And that's not really hating on anyone. That's just calling it like it is. These three went about their business the way business is supposed to be handled. And it came with some adversity. Life wasn't easy for 4 years for all three, but they forged their path, each with a different path, and always did it the right way. So that's what I will remember.
Yeah, and I think to kind of get some of the other players involved, what I would like to ask you girls, the non-seniors, think about a memory that you had with one of the players. If someone wants to share that moment from your season, when I look back in high school, every year you have seniors leaving, and until it's your senior year, you don't really grasp the severity of, not severity, but that there is change coming. So I think it's really important that you underclassmen and juniors realize that, hey, this is part of high school. This happens for everyone. If anyone would want to just share a quick story, I think it'd be really cool to hear some of your other teammates' feedback.
I would like to, this isn't really just like a story. This is kind of just like in general. I just miss just practices and stuff like every day, because like practicing at home like isn't the same, and just like not like specific things, but it's just like the little things, like just like the little banter and like us making fun of each other is just like some of my favorite things in the world, when we all just like bully each other, but we all know it like comes from like a spot of like love, you know. Aaron can testify to this. But it's just like I just miss like being around all of you guys and just like the vibe or like the atmosphere that like we all like bounce off of each other.
Yeah, I definitely miss that too, but like the little things that I miss are like pre-game things that I would do with like Chloe, where we would like yell at each other and we would be like, let's go, and it was like a routine that we would do that every time before a game. And I just miss like when we did like photos, that was really fun to just like bond with everybody and just take cool photos. That was cool.
I actually have like another thing. I remember like one time before a game, I think it was like me, Hannah, and Layla. Like we were outside of the locker room and we were like playing this like really loud, like really like metal music, and we were just like running at each other. Like we were just like had this like just crazy energy, and we were just like running at each other, and it was just like such a good time.
Yeah, but I really like when like everyone just like plays, and I like going on the sidelines sometimes and just like screaming for everybody. Even when I'm in the game, I just like hyping everybody up. Not as loud as Carly, but I mean, I still like screaming. So I just think it's just like a good thing that's like embedded in my head, just like getting everyone hype on the sidelines too.
Many of these stories, these are great. Again, you girls spend so much time together during season. It is hard now knowing that you girls aren't able to do that. So I love hearing all these stories. Anyone else have any few last minute?
Yeah, I have a couple stories that I want to share. Definitely Aaron was talking about the Final Four, or last year was the Final Four, and in that hotel room, I remember having so much fun. And even though after we lost like the game, we were still like excited and just getting to know everyone that day, even after the senior left. And we used to go to Live Oak, and I remember me and Aaron would go to Julia's house and we would grab her goal and we would set it on top of Aaron's car. We would drive to Live Oak and we would practice for like an hour or two, and we would just like get off, but it would still be a lot of fun. And then my other like really good memory is this year. It was raining really hard. So we went to go watch some film, and afterwards, we didn't even practice. We just had an ice cream party. But afterwards, we went outside of the field. It was all muddy, but we started playing like pass around, like keep a ball away from each other. And I just remember that was a really fun day.
Anyone else? I guess maybe that's the only appropriate stories, right?
Oh wait, one of the really fun things that we did was we played a big game of tag throughout the season. So like we had the rules, and like you could tag like at practice or at a game, but it was so much fun like running around like school or like before practice or after. And I remember like one time somebody like slipped and almost like busted their butt, and I remember Erin hit her head once in the athletic training room, so that was like really fun.
Yeah, I think Sophia's still it.
Yeah, she is.
Laurel chased me all throughout lunch. I was hiding in the bathroom for about like a good 20 minutes. Like the bell rang, and I was not gonna leave the bathroom because they were all waiting for me. And like I get out of the bathroom and just sprint to my class. Like that was the fastest I've ever run in my entire life. Like that was the scariest moment ever.
I remember the video of
And she still got us after school.
Yeah, she's sneak attacked us.
I remember the video of Hannah chasing Julia around the lunch table. Just
Yeah.
So you can see that we do a great job of competing at lacrosse, but having a really good time.
Yeah, no, I mean, I see that it just from all the girls' faces, you can tell that they truly enjoy being around each other. Obviously, before season ended, I was supposed to come out and be kind of like an honorary coach on the sideline, and I was so looking forward to that, to be a part of lacrosse, because I've never been to a lacrosse game before. So, yeah, you girls, I think, have a great group here. Obviously, it takes a lot of people to get through a time like this. To kind of close this out, I just really wanted to kind of give the final word to the seniors. If you you guys each want to say something, like a thank you to your teammates, to your coaches. And I think it would be really cool to kind of leave on that note. So again, Rachel, if you want to start, that'd be great.
I really want to thank all of you. This has been like a really great team to play with. I really love all of you. I've had so much fun this season, and I wish we could have gone all the way. And like, obviously, I mean, we're still a team, but obviously we don't get to practice together, and I really miss that. But I want to thank you guys for like a great last season. I really enjoyed that. And to all my coaches, especially you, Coach Mitch, for like giving me this opportunity and just always being there for me and coaching me and guiding me through this sport and through life. I'm just really thankful for like all the opportunities that like lacrosse has given me.
Erin?
Obviously, like, thank you to my family who's kept me going in it. Thanks to Coach Scott, who has honestly taught me so much more about the game than I could have possibly imagined learning. Thanks to Coach Mitch, because without him seeing me in my personal fitness class with that lacrosse shirt on, I probably would have never gotten into lacrosse and down here, and I would have stayed cheerleading. But lastly, I just want to thank my team, because I know this is like a hard time. I expected my end of the 4 years to be different, but you know, you got to take what you're given, and I'm happy. Even if I didn't get a full season, I have the best team to do half a season with. So thank you guys. Even in my worst of days, you guys have been there for me, and you guys are my best friends. So.
And Chloe? Oh, Chloe, we can't hear you again.
Look at Hannah in the corner.
Oh my. Oh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know what's happening. I really don't. I want to thank my team, because you guys are awesome. And yeah, you guys are my second family, and I really appreciate this team. Really has been the best. And seeing you guys every single day of the week for 2.5 hours. You guys are the best to do all that with. And we did, all the seniors did send out their thank yous individually, but I want to thank Coach Mitch again, because I know sometimes he may be annoying to some people, but really all the work he puts in for us, it's just, he's so committed to us more than any other coach that I know. And everything that he does for us, it really means a lot. And we would never be where we are now without him. So just want to thank him and you guys.
Well, awesome. Girls, I know, like we've said multiple times, I know this is a tough time for you girls. I'm happy that Chipotle and me particularly could be a part of this moment for you girls, and kind of hopefully you guys enjoy doing this to kind of be all together again and really recognize those seniors who are here. I definitely could tell that it was difficult for you girls to speak about it, so I do appreciate you girls talking about it and just knowing that you're not alone in this. So again, for those 3 seniors who are going off, good luck. You guys, if I can give you one bit of advice, when I look back at high school, I still talk to some of my high school teammates. So yes, just because you guys are ending this chapter doesn't mean that you're not going to have these people around you for the rest of your life. So again, best of luck. Hope you girls enjoy this, and stay safe.